Hi, I am Rachel, the Good Witch of the Northeast, and welcome to your energetic check-in for the Aquarius season. We're going to be doing these based off the different elements. So if you have, this is for our fire signs. So if you have your sun, moon, or rising in Leo, I forgot, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, this message will be for you. Um, the rest will also be posted. So what does Aquarius season have for our fire signs? I'm literally all fire and air, so yay. I'm like an uncontrolled wildfire. What can our fire signs expect coming down the pipe for Aquarius season? We're going to do the first 2 weeks, clear the deck, and then we'll do the last 2 weeks. I'm having some fun with that. Oh, okay. So you've been having lots of self-doubt. Lots of self-doubt. Okay. That came in hot and heavy. So I think that's actually something I'm filming this right before Aquarius season really takes hold. I think this is something you're probably struggling with. It's actually Friday today. So I wonder if this is something you're starting to struggle with now. Hold on. We're going to get the second deck and put it on top of it. It's very conflicting because I would sit here and say it's unfounded, but that's not true. There is valid reason for you to be anxious. Well, anxious not the right word. Maybe finding a way to transmute our anxiety into preparedness. That might be helpful. Let me just get my clarifiers and then we'll go from there. There is a lot here about that while, yes, there is valid anxiety on the table, there's also a lot here about connection, security, protection, path, clarity, things like that. So that is good. Hopefully I didn't scare you off in the first 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Knew it. Okay. All right. So what Aquarius season has for you guys? The first 2 weeks are filled with like burnout is a good way to put it. But burnout that's bringing about like you won't be here again. It's like you're burning it all down right away. I don't love that terminology. I apologize for using that. But with storm warning upright, that's how we're starting off. So rocky waters, but it's not rocky waters that are coming. They're rocky waters you're already in. So okay, so nothing you can't handle because you're clearly already handling it. If you're watching this days after I filmed it, it is working out. Even if you don't feel relief today, whenever you're watching it, you'll feel relief very soon after. I would recommend spending some time disconnecting from taking in content right now. I think the world is at a place where there's so much unknowingness. There's not a lot of safety. There's not a lot of clarity, that it's like a powder keg of fuckery is a good way to put it. So I would recommend disconnecting as much as possible, perhaps spending time like reading or coloring, doing things just in community. Like it is a privilege to be able to turn yourself off to the rest of the world. I am aware of that. But I also think that might be what's needed the first 2 weeks of Aquarius season. Like I think it is self-preservation at this point to protect your peace as much as possible. And don't let yourself be influenced by other people because other people don't know at any given point where your mental health is at. So that's just a little tidbit from me to you. Yeah, there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of self-doubt in self and also things working out. And I think that's fair. I think it's been a particularly rough 4 fucking years for you. Like that came in out of nowhere. But yeah, I think it's been a really rough 4 years. And so I think you're tired of fighting. That's fair. You are being suspended and withheld and like physically bound right now, but that you're finding your power in it. You're breaking out of it. I keep getting drawn to my arrowhead red jasper, and this is representing like cutting ties and like, and also the root chakra ruled is the red jasper is great for that center. So you're finding your power here. You're finding ways to cut yourself loose, cut yourself, maybe doing an intentional cord cutting with, like, if you're a practicing witch, or if you know a practicing witch, or things like that. That could be helpful. Make sure you trust the person, though, that you do it with, if it's not yourself. You want to make sure your intentions line up the way they need to. There's a lot of energy here, too, about security. Perhaps there's things coming up from childhood where you're like, oh, I wasn't as safe as I thought I was, or oh, I didn't. It's almost like there's clarity or what's that? What's that word? Miscommunication when it comes to your standing in certain relationships. Like, maybe you thought a friendship meant something more to other people. Maybe you thought coworkers were more aligned with you. It seems like the first couple weeks there's going to be some clarity in how things have been mishandled. That's a good way to put it. Again, this isn't anything that you can't handle. Will they be things that we need to lick our wounds from and things that attack our ego? Yeah, absolutely. But that's okay. As long as you, like, don't stay in ego. That's okay. We're human. We're supposed to, you know? One more on this one, because this makes me feel sad. Okay. So also there's themes of kind of disbelief that might be almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you're like, things can't work out, and then something does go wrong, and then you're like, see, I knew things wouldn't work out. I think there are themes of that's going to be happening, but it will work out, because you're going to be so focused on how you feel and what you're taking in and what you're putting out, that you're going to be aware of, like, things shifting. I would say this is another big ancestral cycle for you guys to break. This, like, good faith, and not like faith in a God that punishes us for everything. It's more like faith in good, faith in other people, faith in good things happening. When we're being bombarded with violence and aggression and things like that, it's so easy to get lost into that mindset and to almost forget to look, as Mr. Rogers said, look to where the helpers are. But there is joy around at any given moment, and there's love around at any given moment. We just really do have to look for it. But I do sense that will work out for you. That's a cycle you're going to break. So that is phenomenal. That makes me feel good. Journey upright, hostilities in reverse, milestone sideways. What this is saying is that as the hostile energies start to wane, like hostile energies towards you start to wane, you're going to have a hard time trusting it. You're going to have a hard time in believing that it's going to actually work out and keep going. That's fair. I think given the first week or so of Aquarius season, I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's crazy you feel that way. That's fair. That's fair. However, yeah, it's going to work out, because we have journey, hostilities in reverse, anxiety in reverse, financial constraints in reverse, yang cycle upright. So you're going to be moving into a really active cycle of resources being abundant. Abundance, not the right word, but you're going to have enough resources available where you're either going to start saving for something that's important to you. You'll have extra, like, time or energy left over after a project. It's going to be a real allocation of energy where things are going to feel more abundant, like looser, like less constrictive. I wonder if it has something to do with emotional unavailability too, for some of you. Like, maybe you have people in your life that are just completely unemotionally available, and you're recognizing how that could be, that's fair and valid that people need to experience and exist that way, but it can be really painful and hurtful to other people on the other side. So maybe there's just going to be some truth and clarity with that, that felt resonating. All right, so that's the first 2 weeks. Let's check out the last 2 weeks. What does the last 2 weeks have for our lovely fire signs? Who, yeah, we go through it the first fucking week. Damn. Okay. Well, those are not ours. Hold on. Four of Swords again. So rest and rejuvenation, strength, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Emperor, the Hanged Man, or Awakening. 2 more, please. 1 and 1 more. I said 1. Okie dokie. Balance, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. That's awesome. And 10 of Cups. Okay. So the last couple weeks are going to be a lot more expansive, a lot more opening. I would focus on trying to create as much clarity as possible in your energetic space. So maybe if you're new to the spiritual realm, practicing some spiritual hygiene. If you're not new to the realm, up some spiritual hygiene. Maybe start doing plant warding and things like that. I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But your first card out is the Strength card, right next to the Ace of Wands. That's beautiful. Eight of Pentacles. So it's a lot about reclaiming your power, having a new beginning, a new opportunity coming to you, and you putting your time and energy into that new opportunity, thus creating success. That's dope. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, the Emperor's, Ace of Pentacles. There's going to be balance around. Balance around when it comes to emotional stability. So maybe there will be some boundary setting with some energetics in the first couple months, first couple weeks, but it will work out in your favor. Even if it just means reprioritization of your own organization and logic, that's okay. That'll do enough. And finally, the Hanged Man and Balance. Ending on two major arcana is very interesting. You'll be in this period of perspective shift for a little bit, I think, is what this is saying. But I think it's needed. And it's not a perspective shift where it's like where you've acted wrong and then you're going to realize how you impacted other people. I think it's going to be more from the sidelines and more like confirmation from spirit, from source, whatever you believe in, of like either things working out, people getting justice, clarity coming. There's something here about you just needing to observe and take in, which is probably why they want you to pay attention to what you consume in the first couple parts of the month. So hopefully this resonated with you. If you have questions, if I mentioned anything that you have questions about, feel free to either DM me on Instagram. I am the Good Witch of the Northeast, or you can email me as well. And if this resonated, I'd love to hear it. And if not, that please tell me as well. I'm wishing you guys a wonderful Aquarius season full of blessings and bounty and amazing things. Apparently we're pirates. Love you.